Good morning, folks. Welcome back. Still working on the coffee. Luckily it has just a little oily sheen on the top. It could be from the coffee. It could be jet fuel. I live on a base, you never know. I find it does give a nice little kick to it. Yeah. Anyways, this morning, this is what we're doing. We're taking the plunge. I'm gonna position this kind of where I think it's gonna go. Let's do a little bit more. There we go. Because I am going to I'm gonna wake up here eventually. Maybe. I am gonna mask the top of this off, just because this is especially when I get into these white parts, it's a little soft. So anyways, I'm gonna kind of show you where I think this is gonna go, and then I'm gonna tape it, and then going to draw my circles out on it. So anyways, this is on this piece, I think, where we're gonna go here. Here is the seam that we filled in with the super glue last night. That actually filled in very nice. This is where I think this is going to go. I like the lines here. You know, this is a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be. Just trying to pick where this silly thing's going to go. Alright, so there we are. Little tiny hole. Now I'm going to go measure on my top. This is going to be the inner diameter. Alright, so that is what it's going to look like. Pretty close. Alright, so now we're going to tape it up. I'm going to draw those lines again because I'm happy with that. Alright, there we are. Taped off. Circled. You can even kind of see some of the spalt through there. And so now I can drill my hole right down here in the middle. I use a brad point bit just because then I can center that and make sure I'm getting it in the right spot. And now, if I can find it, there it is. Double stick tape on the back side so that the piece doesn't go flying around. This is probably overkill, but the last thing I want is this piece to go on walkabout while I've got a router bit spinning around inside of it. It's the exciting stuff, yes? No. Do it that way. There we go, and we're ready to do the deed. Okay, in theory, the hiccups are gone. In theory. So we're getting ready to route this this rosette out of here. Before I do that, I'm going to say this. Think about yourself. Think about safety. Think about making sure you're around for a while. There are some woods that we guitar folks like to work with that are not the best stuff in the world to be messing around with, especially when you're creating very fine particulate matter and breathing that in. Any kind of dust in your lungs is not really good as it is. But some of the woods that we work with, some of the rosewood, especially the Cocobolo rosewood, western red cedar, Palfera, there's a couple of others that are particularly, they're not poisonous, but you can be sensitive to them, and sensitive to them to the point of respiratory distress and all kinds of stuff. So wear a mask. If you find yourself kind of getting under the weather, think about, are your activities in the shop or in the garage, is there a link between those two? Because it might be. And the same goes especially for aerosolized stuff like lacquers and paints. So not only think about what you're doing today and trying to do that in a safe manner, but try to think about what effects that's going to have on you 30 years from now. And are you going to be able to laugh at your progeny when they're like, but Poppy, where's all the money you're going to give us when you die? And then you can laugh at them and say, well, bandsaw, drill press, cool guitars. So anyways, wear a mask, be safe. Mask for the lungs. Hearing protection for what's left of my hearing. maybe I could have, should have, would have done. First pass here. Now I'm all the way through because I can see the oak on the bottom side, and that makes me the happy. So now I'm going to reset, and now I'm going to do this outer ring. It's fun. Oh, by the way, you know, I talked about wood earlier. The reason the reason the variation is in here is because of a fungus. I don't know that this spalt fungus is any more not good, for lack of a smart word, for you than anything else, but don't take your chances, because yeah, that's a horrible way to die. So be careful. Okie doke. Let's take a look. Hey, look at that, sports fans. Alright, hey, looky there. That ain't too bad. Pull the glue boogers off of it from that double stick tape. I was kind of expecting to hear a tone change when the router bit went through this super glue spot, but I didn't. And I may not have just been really paying attention, to be honest with you. But here we are. One nifty cool rosette for the Lazarus. Not bad. Let me clean this up, and then we'll just lay it on the top and we'll take a look at it. Alright, to say I'm happy is the understatement. So here it is, laid out on the soundboard, which next will have to have a channel routed in it, and if you don't think that's about a pucker factor of 9.9, you got another thing coming. Fretboard, let's see. Approximately right there. Yeah, that ain't bad. So yeah, there we are. Next thing to do is to super glue this. And to be honest, well, I don't know, let's look. Do we want it to go that way? It could go that way. Or it could go that way. No, it's got to go this way. That way? Or that way? I feel like I'm at the eyeglass place now. Number one or number two? Number one, number two. Number one. I don't know. I think I like the top better. Because I think the top should have the darker. I don't know why. I just do. Alright, let's get this thing super glued.